The COVID crisis is raising awareness to the inequalities in healthcare and education that families are forced to deal with every single day. UNICEF USA's World Children's Day seeks to really level the playing field by raising awareness.
And joining us this morning to tell us how we can all get involved with UNICEF's World Children's Day is Michele Walsh from UNICEF USA and her lovely daughters. You're looking at 8-year-old Alima and 5-year-old Sadie. Good morning, ladies. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being with us on this Friday. So obviously, Michele, this is a cause that's near and dear to you, looking at those two beautiful girls of yours. But why is this such a big day? What is the mission behind it?
Yeah, World Children's Day is a really exciting day. It's a day to celebrate children, but it's also the anniversary of the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which is momentous. It's actually the most widely ratified convention, human rights treaty in history, and it really recognizes that children have basic human rights. And it's a day to celebrate that and to really hear from children.
I think sometimes we forget that, and you know, living here in America, sometimes we just assume that that's a guaranteed, but there are places in the world where it is not. How has the pandemic made things worse along those lines?
Yeah, well, I'm sure I've got a lot of opinions here on that.
Tell us.
Before I jump in?
Yeah, it's been really hard for kids in their education and not being able to see their friends, because that could just make them really stressed out, feeling like they are not doing anything or something like that.
Yeah, and it's really, I mean, it's deepening inequalities, as you already said, right? We're seeing inequalities that were there before really magnified. And, you know, while children aren't really at serious risk, thankfully, from health perspective for coronavirus, the secondary effects have been really devastating, from nutrition to health to education, as you just heard. But I think globally, it's at a really intense scale. There's two of us. Virtual world, right? And, you know, UNICEF was responding to COVID long before it was declared a global pandemic. We were providing PPE to make sure families had what they needed and understood how to keep their kids safe and keep themselves safe. We've also been, before this, we were delivering half of the world's vaccinations, and we're really leaning into that expertise to build out some of the complex logistics that are going to be required when the vaccine is ready to distribute globally. So there's so much work ahead to make sure that we seize this moment and don't sort of stop here, because the future is a long road ahead, and if we don't really intervene in this moment, there could be an impact for decades and for generations to come. I've got a lot of
you got that energy, these kids. I mean, they got so much balled up inside of them, and they've been inside for so long, so I can see it coming out.
And they're obviously
exactly. And you know, I mean, we're in the midst of a moment, right? Like how we treat our neighbors, how we treat our family. We're all very stressed, myself included. You know, we're doing this, we're navigating, we're doing a lot of virtual learning here. But how we treat our neighbors and how we treat the global community and the needs of kids around the world is going to define us. And hopefully we step up and we seize the moment.
Right, and we're looking at the future right there. I love seeing your two girls with you. Michele, what is the theme of this year's initiative?
Yeah, so the theme is Reimagining a Better World for Children. I think you got it right. A better future for children. This is why we need to listen to them. Sometimes they know better.
That is fantastic. Go ahead, Alina, go.
Kids are reimagining a better world right now, because when they were inside during the pandemic, they couldn't think of anything but what's happening right now. So we need to think of what's happening in the future.
Yeah.
That is perfectly said. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us on this World Children's Day. So great to see this beautiful family right here, and it's such a good cause. Thank you.
Thank you. And please post.
Oh, we just lost her at the very end. But it's a great cause. Check it out. They're online, and it affects children all over the world.
Give what you can.